what is Manaphy and why is Phione? Wording them all, and Phione, whatever, is at least pretty good in battle. It has the Glalie stat spread of an even 80s across the board, which is obviously not bad, but it's not great either. It also has the pretty typical water-type move pool, nothing too crazy, and will heavily rely on Surf and Ice Beam. The whole thing of when you can use it is obviously super foggy here and kind of falls apart, but I think that it probably ends up being somewhere around 3.5 stars in battle prowess. But availability, I mean, this is just about as ridiculous as it gets. As far as I can find, the only way to directly get a Phione is by breeding a Manaphy with a Ditto. But getting a Manaphy in the first place is a whole other issue. The only way to get it in the older Sinnoh games is by transferring one from Pokémon Ranger, which really shouldn't count here, because what's the difference between that and just trading yourself a level 100 Mewtwo or something at the start of the game? And in the remakes, you can only get it from an expired mystery gift. About as bad as it gets. 0 stars. And conceptually, this is by far the least mythical or special feeling mythical Pokémon I've seen so far. It can be seen floating offshore in warm seas looking for food and is based on sea angels. So it's basically just a regular animal style Pokémon to fill the world, but it's supposed to be a mythical Pokémon, and in practice, it is as rare as one, even though it sounds like it really shouldn't be. The only thing that makes it slightly interesting is the whole breeding thing, which is similar to that of queen bees and infertile offspring. 1.5 stars. As for design, it's really not anything special there either. Now, it's not bad, of course. It's fairly cute and unique. I like the gem on the torso to give it at least somewhat of a mythical feeling, though we have seen that those do not mean much in Pokemon. Other than that, though, there's really nothing else that I can really point to as a positive or negative for its design. It's fine. What is this?
Baby animal.
I think it's a baby animal. What color is it?
Sky blue.
Sky blue?
Yeah.
Yeah? You agree? 2.5 stars. Which, oh my god, that gives Phione one of the worst scores in the series. 1.875 stars overall. Forget the Legends bottom 5. That's on the regular bottom 5. Manaphy has to be the least interesting mythical Pokemon, behind only its baby? Wording them all, and at least in battle, it's actually pretty awesome. It has the typical stat spread for these pseudo-Mew mythical Pokemon of 100s across the board, which is obviously not a bad thing by any means, but it's not amazing at anything either. Manaphy may be super similar to Phione, whatever, in most ways, but that is not true at all in battle. Manaphy's moves are so much better, most obviously because of Tail Glow, which raises its already strong special attack by 3 stages. Pair that with Surf, Ice Beam, Psychic, Shadow Ball, Energy Ball, and some support options, and you've got yourself 5 stars in battle prowess, heavily carried by Tail Glow. But for availability, as far as I'm aware, the only way you can get Manaphy in the main series Sinnoh games is by transferring one from Pokemon Ranger, which, as I said with Phione, really shouldn't count, as that kind of breaks the system. If you can do that, then why not allow trading in an Arceus before the first gym? And in the remakes, you have to use this mystery gift, which is expired. Again, 0 stars. And for concept, Phione was shockingly just basically a run-of-the-mill filler water type that's basically just an animal. And Manaphy is slightly less boring. The main difference is that they actually made it sound extremely rare this time instead of super common. And then there's the whole bonding with any Pokemon thing, but it's still more or less a sea angel, which the animals themselves are probably more interesting than these 2 Pokemon. 2 stars. Though it is a bit more appealing visually than Phione, the yellow markings around the eyes this time do a surprising amount of work here in giving it more of an alive feeling and personality. Its ear, tail things also change, whether that's for the better or not is up to you, I suppose. Again, though, it's cute for sure, but there's not much else to say about it. 3 stars. So that will land Manaphy a shockingly low 2.5 stars overall, landing it both in the Legends bottom 5 and the regular bottom 5.